As artists, we are in the artistic world and in the creation space, what if we have as much ease also with all the legal nuts and bolts, which we have to, you know, and what if we don't resist technology? What if we don't resist legal framework? But even there, I use all these energies of like curiosity and wow, like what can I find out? And I'm getting really all excited when I see an agreement that really reads well, or that has a somebody like shows me an example, or hey, I have an idea, look at this, or this is what I'm using, check it out, maybe you want to use it, and things like that, where we are open to the universe and ask questions like, where do I find this, where is it? Like right now I'm asking, for instance, how do I get the hot links for the documents into my sign up form? And okay, there's Kathleen. Hello there, Kathleen. If oh, there you are, we see you now. So we were just talking about, about whether it is okay for you to be seen and also your voice to be heard here with us. And if I send out, or what I do usually is I record these events, and my intention is, I have not done this yet, but my intention is to put them onto my YouTube channel, because this is a way for me where I can also store them, because otherwise my computer would explode with all these gigabytes. So this is where I keep my videos, and then I send you the link and you can watch it again and again, because we will say things here, and I welcome you. It's the first time you are here. Yay! We will say things, we will clear out things, or where we have points of view, or we feel stuck or whatever. This is what we are also addressing here. This is this beautiful space where we can change things. I see this time right now as a great creation time. Might sound strange, but we have pushed the reset button in many ways. And so what is it that you would like to create? What have you put on a back burner? What are you curious about? I was just thinking today, wow, what am I gonna like experiment with here today? What if this is an experimentation space where you give yourself permission to totally mess it up, to make mistakes, to do something you have never done in your creations? I was just thinking, I want to play more with hosta leaves, so I can show you. Let me just quickly go on full gallery view. I show you what I painted last time, and it's still on the board. Can you see it? So it was inspired by hosta leaves. And so I was just going into playing on Yupo paper with watercolor. And because I love these shapes so much, and Yupo paper allows the watercolor paints to be really brilliant and bright and saturated. And then you can also wash it all off if you don't watch out. Or maybe you want to wash it off. So this is what I'm doing here. I'm also exploring, and here are flowers if you so whatever it is that you are curious about, please ask questions here. Feel free to ask about anything. I don't give this a preconceived format of some sort, as I never know who's going to join, and I love your questions. So I can see, Kathleen, you have a studio behind you. You are an artist?
Well, I am. I did a lot of art in high school and got awards, and my teacher wanted to buy my painting, and I was 14 years old, and that was pretty much the end of it. And then now, 50 some years later, I started taking an art class here in Madison, and just finished that when we all got shut down. So, and I was signed up for another class. I wanted to relearn. I wanted to learn how to use oils, and I've done a lot of oils since then. Just practicing, trying to figure out oils. I've never used oils before, and I've always wanted to use oils. And so I've got quite a few paintings in my studio that I've just been kind of playing with and working with and adding to and changing. And so I want to make some beautiful oil paintings is what I want.
Awesome.
I can show you a few of the ones if you want to see them. I mean, that's up to you, but I just want to get better, and it was on my bucket list, and I own my own business in Mary Kay. I'm an executive senior sales director in Mary Kay. I've been in Mary Kay for 42 years and basically supported my family for the last 100% for the last, I don't know, 35 years or something like that. Oh, I just wanted to get back. I just wanted to get back to painting. My family was very upset with me when I went to college and didn't take painting, or didn't take not painting but art class. I didn't really want to do that at that time.
Now you can. Now you can dive into it.
Yep, and I started that class in January, and was a 6-week class, and just kept it up. Once I started, I needed to learn everything from scratch because it's been 50 some years now.
Yeah.
And so I needed to learn paints and brushes and canvases, and I needed to learn all, and she taught me a lot. It was a phenomenal class. It was what I needed to get started.
That's awesome. So today, are you going to work in oil, or are you going to work in a different medium?
That's all I work in right now. Is I want to learn oils and be comfortable with them. And I've got probably, I don't know, 10 paintings that I'm working on right now.
Yeah.
Kind of look at them and change them, and look at them and add and look at them.
Cool. Okay, that's great. I'm just always asking because then I know also, because oil is so very different from acrylic and very different from watercolor. It's just so it's good for me to know. So Erin,
I used to love watercolors. It used to be one of my favorite. And I think the picture that I painted when I was 14, I got to show you that one.
Oh, wow.
Cool.
And I got an award on it, and my teacher wanted to buy it, and that's pretty much the last time I painted.
Yeah, what happened?
I just wasn't interested.
Yeah, you know? Okay, that's cool.
But I've always wanted to get back into it. And that, I think, was I'm pretty sure that was acrylic. I don't know for sure, though. It's so long ago.
All right. So, Erin, would you like to introduce yourself quickly?
Sure. Hi, I'm Erin. I'm in Appleton, Wisconsin. I'm also, a beginner with art. I did some art in high school too, and so I have a lot of I really want to give myself the freedom to explore. I think I was afraid to kind of do that before, so that's why I'm here, and nice to see everybody.
Awesome.
I'm Ulrike, and I'm from Salt Spring Island in British Columbia, Canada, and I'm a textile artist mainly, and I always wanted to paint and never really took the time. I mean, 10 years ago I did some oil, but with a group, but that's it. And so I'm really happy that I have the opportunity here with Bettina and in this group and on a regular basis. So it has me keeping going. It's I love it. Thank you.
Awesome. You are so welcome. So quickly about me, I'm Bettina Madini. I have many backgrounds, and so diving into art, I did that full-time when I dropped out of my job in the financial world in Luxembourg in Europe. Left it all behind. I was a portfolio manager and financial advisor, so I'm also in the financial world, very versed, and had started art school in Luxembourg, changed my life, sold all my belongings in 2003 and came to New York City, went to the National Academy of Fine Art and Design, And I'm an hour northwest of Madison in a beautiful country on 6 acres of fabulous wildlife and nature. And so I'm looking at right now at the trees and flowers and big gardens created. And so I'm an artist, I'm a singer, I'm a best-selling author, and I facilitate classes and workshops. I'm also a textile artist. I felt, and I also paint on silk. And so like from this universe where actually my art education has been very unconventional. My first art classes I took in Luxembourg in Europe while I was still in the working environment. And my teacher was fabulous. He gave me simply space in the studio, and I got the most amazing education in Kandinsky's color theory, where I learned how to sense things in my body directly, sort of allowing my body to communicate with the painting and the painting process, which today is called process painting. And so I'm happy to offer this space for you and for us. And let's see what we can create. What can you dive into? Where I'm always smiling when people say I'm a beginner. It's like, yeah, right. Right. It's what do you know about painting? What do you know about the medium? What do you know about shape and form? And what are you curious about? I was once then, when I came to New York City, I was curious about learning more about figure and body, where before I was an abstract artist. So I really studied portrait and figure too. Like I was like almost obsessing about it, like going to art school 7 hours a day, every day, and studying and learning and finding so much about what I actually know about it, where literally my hands, they got the ease with it, with the line and drawing, and that all came back to me. So I invite you to the space of what do you know actually, and what if we really let go of the blocks or the reasons why not, or where somebody said something to you that you are not good about, or you know, what is the time, what if it's time now for you. And so what is it that you are curious about? What is it that you are resisting? And I always, the way I start painting is I have my paints all set up, whatever medium I choose for the day. You want to write about something, or you want to explore word and color in a painting together. It's all like, this is exploration space where you can do something that you have never done, or something, touch at something that you are curious about. What we did in the past, we talked about, well, how do I paint a flower? How do, like what is the how? And so I can give you tips and tricks and very easy to apply things. Yet we paint together. It's not really like I have a class curriculum here. We paint together, and if something is coming up for you, we talk about it. We share paintings. We share breakthroughs and sorrows about our creations. Okay.
Okay. Well, I have my stuff all set up, so I can do that.
Cool.
But
it could,
they're already doing it. So what are they painting?
What are you painting?
I'm doing, I was kind of trying to do some kind of like mandala type stuff. So I just put some circles on my paper or my board, and I just started doing like a plant and some roots and just kind of playing around with like mandala type stuff.
Okay. And you said you've been doing this, what, 4 weeks? How long?
No, these events,
No.
I started while I was still in Costa Rica. So this must have been when this whole COVID thing really came up. Must have been mid-February or so that I started it while I was still down there, and I had locals from Costa Rica join, and then it was just an experiment to see, wow, I was asking what contribution can I be to you all, like in this space where we all of a sudden all were locked down, shut down, at home a lot, not working. And so I was really asking questions, and then it's like, well, let's just try this, open up the space for painting together online. Because what I know from my own past is, while I was still in the banking and working environment of the financial sector, it was actually the Conservatory of Music and the painting school that I attended that sort of saved me, because it opened space for me, space for my being. And so this is what I see here too. What can you create? What can this, maybe I see this a little bit like a garden that we come to sit in together, and there are all these different energies that would love to contribute to you, and you just relax here, and you enjoy the flowers, the colors, the beings. You enjoy you, and you relax into that, where there is no judgment. And we talked about this in the past already, when we judge our paintings or we hate it or whatever. So what do we do then? And what if we can change it? Where we don't have to lament and sit at this wall of tears forever, but we can move on. Sorry, I make noise because I taped down my Yupo paper. I have a new one here.
Bettina, I've never heard of the Kandinsky method that you mentioned. I'd be interested in learning more about how the body is involved.
Oh yeah, this is so beautiful. It's so easy and so beautiful. And yeah.
You mean the one
Oh,
you mentioned a little bit earlier about using her body to paint? Is that what you mean?
Yes, literally. And I do have a painting class, an online creation immersion coming up. And when I know there's interest in that, I can also bring that into the class, where literally we can open up spaces when we paint in front of our easels. And so we can set this all up in an online environment and dive into color. And it might be, I have to think about how I want to do this. It might also be a program. I don't know if you guys would be interested in having a regular, once a week or twice a month get together, where it's consecutive, it continues, right? It continues on. And if you were interested in that, just let me know. And there is something in the ether about having some ongoing class that will allow this, because when we dive into connecting with our bodies via color, this is maybe not something that I want to rush through, but give you space in between and allow you to dive in and be with it.
Yeah, I would be interested in a class to do that.
I would too.
Yeah.
Okay.
Rebecca, one of the things that Rebecca told me about you was that you were a spiritualistic painter, and she knew I was interested in things like that.
Yeah, she came to a live class here with me last year in October or something, and it was beautiful. And I see you all as brilliant creators. This is how I function in my classes, whether it's online or live classes. What if you really know? And it is not some airy-fairy stuff that I'm talking about, but it's literally from my own life, where I found out that I know. And I touched I touched in very unexpected moments. I touched on that. But what if you had lifetimes where you were artists? Right? Does this feel light to you at all, or is it totally heavy? If it is heavy, then it's
I absolutely believe that for sure.
yeah, that. And I invite you into that space where I don't assume that you know nothing about it and you are sort of like newborns are treated as stupid. They are not. They know everything and they are more connected to everything than later on in life when we have all the walls up, right? So I see you as the ones who have been here, like, I don't know, 50,000 times, and you know stuff, you have learned stuff, you have studied things, you know, you have a toolbox. So let's together bring out what you have hidden from you. There are seeds that you have collected. I know this of all of you. You have them. And all of you, like Ulrike, you are an artist, right? You have, and does this ring a bell to you? Have you discovered that ever about you? That you know stuff, that it's sort of like when you your fabric, right?
It makes me cry. I know it then. It goes and touches me deeply.
Exactly that. And so when you have a curiosity, like what Ulrike said, oh, I want to learn about painting. I want to, there is some, like, what if there is some, like, whether it is invisible beings or the universe or the earth that is inviting you to dance there also. So you don't have to let go of your fiber art, but you can dive into music. You can dive and study Goethe, or you listen to something, or you dive into a new universe, and while you explore that, you find that it inspires your other art mastery that you have been for 50 million years already, and it expands, it contributes, it makes everything you do, even the meals that you cook, greater and more flavorful, because you bring in something that you had cut off of you, that you had forgotten, maybe neglected, or put in some corner for later. We all have hidden seeds of consciousness somewhere, and we hid them so well to protect them for some reason that we then forgot where we put them, like squirrels, right? But they are not gone. So I invite you into the space of where we can really find out and acknowledge and bring in and gather together. And then you find out what you are curious about. Like I was curious about drawing when I came to New York City. Shortly before, actually, I had found out that I want to actually learn more about the body and anatomy and shape, and portrait, and it was fabulous. At first I thought, really, but then I started it. I followed that energy, and I was diving in, and it was so much fun. That is what I'm talking about. And sometimes you might find out, oh yeah, well, actually it's not so much fun. All right. So then you deviate again, you change again, or you explore something else. And still everything that you touch will change it and you move on, and you become more with each choice.
I mean, for me, it was from a really young age on, and I didn't really take it serious, or nobody did this. My day was a great day when I did things with my hands. And wasn't
it was a great day when what? What did you
when she does things with her hands.
Oh.
These were
good
days.
It wasn't that great. You know, I wasn't fulfilled. I wasn't that happy when I didn't do anything with my hands. Yeah, and it was later that I noticed it. I haven't always been an artist. I have been an artist, but yeah. I mean, I was a teacher before in school, Realschule, middle school, for many years, you know.
Yes.
Yeah, but I had to take myself more serious to really understand what that meant to me, to be doing things with my hands. Yeah, that was so important. And I always
Wow.
had or locking myself up in my room in Germany, in my parents' home, putting some candles on and some music and creating. Yeah, that was wonderful.
Wow. Yes. That is so awesome. And Ulrike is a fabulous fiber artist. Amazing. And
Fiber.
fiber,
Yeah,
yeah, she is a felter. No,
yeah,
felting.
I
yeah,
never.
thing, but I've done
did.
other before, but yes.
What's
Mhm.
Nuno felting, which is felting onto silk.
Yeah,
And
fine.
so um, that is so beautiful. Also to know that we need and really we require this nurturing element, right? Where what it creates when we have something, you created something that you can look at and you did it, and like the process, even the process, the experience of it,
Yeah,
where we don't make it about the result or that somebody has to buy it. No, like do it for the fun of you, for your joy,
hmm
and everything else will follow.
yeah, that too. I mean, you know, I left my country. I mean, I did research in Germany first, but I left my country to be a self-employed textile artist. And I came to the United States before, and I lived for 6 years in Massachusetts. Um, yeah, so
So
out
you
of
left your
life,
country to you're in Canada now?
yes.
You left your country to become an artist? No.
Yeah, yes, a self-employed was important. Self-employed to the fabric artist.
Wow. You've
Yeah.
been an artist your whole life. We're actually working with art your whole life.
Yeah, I did, but I just didn't want to be in the school system anymore. I knew that already before I even went there. Uh, but I was following more what my parents kind of told me to do. Yeah. Or yeah, you know, I mean, yeah, you go through these life, I don't know, these passages in your life or in our lives. So yeah, no, I wanted to become an interior designer, but in Krefeld. But I was so bad at school. I was horrified to go there, and I didn't know what a portfolio was, so and what to put there. And so it developed over time, and more with more being within myself and being confident about who I am, no matter what other people say.
Exactly, I love that. You know, there is really a beautiful piece there, this confidence about who you are, what and like what if you trust you,
Yeah, exactly.
right? Trust you and what you know and what you can do. What if you can literally create something that nobody else can and no one knows about it? And if you don't bring it out, it will sort of be lost for all of us. How sad is that? So is it time now? Right?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Awesome. Wow, that's really beautiful. And bravo to your courage, Ulrike, to change it and to explore and to walk and keep walking. You know, that is, I think that is the main thing, to never stop. Just keep
Yes.
walking.
Oh, something else happened to me after I signed up for this class in here in here in Madison. That 6 weeks one I took for painting. Right after I signed up for it, I went to a spiritual workshop where they did all these fun things. You know, all kinds of different stuff. They're fun to go to. hadn't been to one forever and ever and ever. And I had a reading, and the first thing out of her mouth was, "You have to start painting again."
Hmm.
I mean, that was weird, but I don't know. It was kind of strange, but that's what you're talking about, though, right?
Yes.
Following your thoughts,
Yeah.
what you're thinking about. If there's a reason that you keep thinking these things, right?
Yeah, and really, what is it resonating in you, right? That's the most important part. What is it, whatever we say here, what is it resonating in you and for you? Because you know also sometimes there are things that don't touch you. But when you have this thing, it's like you sort of start listening up, like the little ears are sort of like, right? This is the moment where what ask more questions. What is this? What is there for me that I like? Wow, that there's something, right? And you start, this is where this curiosity kicks in, and also something that would love to contribute to you, right? Follow that when the little ears are listening up.
Yep.
When you hear something that, somebody says something and it is sort of, wow, there's like something. And what I say always, it's pinging, like P-I-N-G, like a ping. It's like a ding, right? Universe is saying, hello, Bettina. Hello, Kathleen. Did you hear that?
Exactly right. Listen.
Yeah, listen up.
We don't always want to listen, do we?
Nope.
I gotta do this. Yeah, we gotta do that. Or I'm gonna have time for this. I don't know if I want to spend the money.
Yep.
I don't care anymore. I just do what I want to do. I have for a long time now. But
Yeah, cool.
I don't do anything unless I know I'm gonna enjoy it. And if I don't enjoy it, I get out.
Yeah, that's wise.
I married a perfect man because he always lets me do what I want to do, and that's actually why I married him. So what are you painting? I like to see what people are painting.
Oh, well, I just like this one iris started. Okay, can you see this? I just took my pen and started drawing.
Oh, cool.
Oh, it's beautiful, huh?
Can you see it?
Yep, you see it.
Yeah.
So when I'm like drawing something, or I start like exploring a shape, I'm really looking at, and this is a white iris. I can show it to you, hopefully, which any white flower, okay, I take it out of the vase. Any white flower is sort of interesting to paint because white is like, what do you see, right? White is white. Yet you can look at the shape, what gives your eyes the information that this is an iris. So really look at the shape that is ruffling along. Look at, is it a triangle at the base? How does this flower unfold and give you the information about being this beautiful iris, right? And so then there's the shape of the petals, and I always love to sort of look at it in a very loose way. And also here I'm doing a drawing, and this will, I don't know where it will go. I have no idea. Sometimes I'm doing drawings, I'm dabbling as I'm talking, and things unfold. And what I found is, once you have done a flower shape or any other shape enough, then sort of you have it in you, and you can paint it into any painting. You sort of, your hands, your body has the information about how it flows. And right, it's so funny. Do you remember, like some weeks ago, I painted these flowers in a blue vase? Did you see that watercolor painting? So I have never really studied painting vases that have water in them and then reflections. And why have I not done this before? Because it didn't invite me to. I don't like just force myself to paint, but if there is a ping, if there is this invitation, I'm like, oh, you know. And as I was painting the flowers, I just painted in the vase also, and it flowed. It worked. If it wouldn't flow, I wouldn't do it. But if there is this open, it's almost like with every painting that I paint, it's almost like the window is open. Otherwise, I wouldn't fly through because I would hit my head in the window. I paint when the window is open. Like I painted different trees. There was in Portage, in the Pocket Park, there was years ago, this beautiful big willow tree by this little lake. And so the tree had talked to me for about 2 years, sort of every time I drove past and through Portage, I saw it and it was sort of waving at me. And then this one Sunday morning, I woke up and it's like, I gotta go to the Pocket Park in Portage and paint that tree now. So I got my chalk pastels ready and my pad and some water to drink. And I left and went to the park. I painted that tree that day, was not totally finished with it. And in the evening went home. And in the night, a strong thunderstorm came through and took half of the tree away.
Oh my goodness.
The entire, and you know, if you know Portage, you know, you can still see this tree. The willow is still there, but the entire big crown broke off. And so I didn't know. And so next day, then I went back and I wanted to finish my painting. And I'm like, where are you, tree? What happened? You know, so, but it was this strong ping in the morning of the day that I went there where the tree said, you got to come now. I'm not going to be here anymore.
Oh,
That's cool.
Yeah. So then I went there and I finished the painting still. Yet this is when we follow the energy. This is actually what I call magic.
Yep.
Things communicate with us all the time. So when I'm painting this flower shape, I'm actually I'm sort of in communication with the flower. I'm looking at it and I'm playful. I'm not like stiff. My hand is not tight when I'm drawing. It's very loose. And so I invite you all to, if you want to practice that, take a piece of paper or a journal and just allow. And when you practice this, you will find more ease. Like look at a flower and just like ask it, hey, what is your shape? Like what ease can I have? Like, how do I place you in the page here or on my canvas? And the flower will help you. The entire universe is here to contribute to you, but you got to ask a question. If you don't ask a question, they are not going to say, they are not going to interfere, nothing. It's like, that's the law in the universe. You have free will. You can't, but you know, nobody will interfere if you don't ask. Show me, flower, how do I do this? Who are you? What is your shape? What gives my eye the information that you are an iris? What exactly is it about you? And you will find out what it is for you. It will be different for every single one of us. That's also magical.
I have to go to a meeting, but I just wanted to say thank you. This has been really inspiring. Everything everybody said has been definitely pinging for me.
Oh, great.
I just made a little sunflower here. So
oh, beautiful.
That's pretty.
Thank you.
Wow, so beautiful. Yeah, keep painting that, okay?
Okay.
This is
All right, I hope to see you all next time.
Yes, thank you so much for being
that
here.
Is so cute.
Oh, wow, let me see. Oh, wow.
Oh, that is really awesome.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
my daughter just and her son bought a dog, and my daughter will never have children, and they bought a dog because my son-in-law is so sick, and he needed something, so that's what I did. I asked them if they wanted me to paint a picture of them. I said, I don't know how it's turned out. I have never done this, so I have no idea what's going to happen, but if you want, I'll try. So I think they'll like it.
Oh, that's cool. How beautiful.
Thank you.
Wow.
And it's funny that you talk about flowers, because that's one of the things I wanted so bad to learn how to do. And I always think I can do stuff without thinking about it, which is actually what we've been talking about, I guess. But so I did a flower, and I'm not real happy with it, but it's better. I painted over it, and I did it again. So maybe that's something you can help me with. I can show you what I did, but I want to learn how to paint flowers. At least I can find it. That'd be awesome.
Sure.
That second one is better than the other one that I painted over. But still not exactly what I want.
Oh, there you are. Oh, that's beautiful. What is your point of view about it?
Well, I like this one better. I didn't like the other one at all, so I painted over it and started fresh. And
that's beautiful.
You like it? Okay. Yeah.
Beautiful, yeah.
Very beautiful.
But I want to be able to. I worked really hard on it and redid it a lot, and changed it. Kept changing it and changing it and changing it, and I think this is the best of what I've done. But I want to be able to. What I want to be able to do is just paint from the beginning and like it at the end, not have to keep redoing it. You know what I mean? I mean, I do like it, and I actually didn't even like it at the end and just gave up. But the more I looked at it, the more I liked it. If that makes sense.
Yes, it makes sense. So sometimes a good thing to do is walk away from a painting for some time. Don't look at it. Let it be somewhere, and don't judge it to death, because we judge our creations to death.
And I've been finding that. That's why I've actually got like 10 or 12 paintings that I'm working on. Here's another one that I have read out of a bunch.
Yeah. Beautiful.
But I keep adding, and like right now I know that I want to work on the clouds a little bit more over here. And so I just do like a little bit whenever I feel like it. They're just kind of all over the place, these paintings there.
Yeah, that's, for some of us.
And I'm learning how to work with oils, and that's been definitely a challenge. But I wanted to, I mean, that's what I wanted to do.
Yeah, cool. And so for some of us, it works to work on several paintings simultaneously. I do that too, that at times I have 4 or 5 paintings that are all sort of in the space, and then I move around between them. This is great,
I do.
Yeah, and
you almost have to if you're doing oil paintings, because of the dry, it has to dry before you do some more work on it.
Right. Yes, it does.
So I don't know any other way. I mean, I've just been only doing this for a couple of months, so it's the only way I've been able to do it.
Well, there are mediums that you can add to oil that will make them dry faster.
Well, I do that too. That's what I got out of that lady, that my other teacher.
Yeah.
I got two of them that I mix them with.
Yeah. Exactly. That's good.
I don't know if one's better than another. I got 2 different kinds.
Yeah, you have it. You need to explore also. There's like you will find out about mediums, about even like brands of oil paint, right? They are all so different. And this is where nobody has an answer for you, because you need to find out which is your favorite oil paint brand. Try it out, play with them. Maybe you also like oil sticks. Find out what works for you, and play with it. And I never really work with fast drying mediums when I use my oils. What I found out is I first do a rough acrylic painting before I go in and paint the real painting. I give it sort of an acrylic underpainting that I let dry, and then I come in with the oils, which allows me, it somehow changes the surface rather than painting oil directly on the canvas. It also helps with the brilliance of the colors. You can give it a tone, you give it a warmth or whatever with an acrylic underpainting. And that makes it so much faster.
I actually did that with a couple of mine.
Yeah.
But I'm not done with them. I know I gotta still go back and go over them again. How's it? You're never satisfied. I think maybe I will be better when I get, time goes on. But.
Yeah, and are you willing to not judge your creations?
Yeah.
That was not a yeah, that was a nope. Nope, yeah.
Well, I just like to look at it and just really look at it and look to see, what I like and what I don't, and then just take my time. I take my time.
Exactly, and be patient, and also keep painting. Like if you don't like this one flower painting, well, keep painting flowers, and you will get more familiar with the shapes. You will find out how it actually works for you. Like there's techniques that we can talk about where you look at the shadow, the shape of the shadow, where you actually paint the shadow and not surround the petal of the flower, but you really look at, okay, where is the shadow here? Because shadow gives you information, and shadow also creates form. Right? And that you can develop your flower right from there. If I paint, like I painted I have two paintings. One is a white gladiola that I painted, and one is a purple and white iris that I painted. And the shape unfolded, the white flower unfolded from gray, different hues of gray, different ways of mixing it. There is, in this iris here, I see a yellow gray, I see a green gray, and a purple gray. They are all different kinds of gray, which we always talk more about how to mix colors in my workshops, which is great. Color gives you information. Color is a great element for creation, where you don't have to have heartbreaks over developing a shape, but just playing with the color and different hues is so amazing. And so that, keep doing it, keep painting flowers, and you will have more ease.
I want to be able to look at it and see the beauty in it. That's what I want. I don't think it has to be perfect. I just want to look at it like the things that's what I see on your wall,
Right. So what you can do is look at your painting, look at it, and identify the area or the part of the painting that you are not comfortable with. What is it exactly, rather than throwing it out?
Right. That's
what is it? Where is it? So this is also what we do more in classes, where we bring in our body. What is it exactly? What do you notice in the painting? What is sort of getting in the way or not quite there? And then take a pad and just make a drawing, like just the shapes. Place the flower the same way you have it in your painting, place it on the page in the drawing, and add some more elements to it and see, wow, okay, so if I move this element over there, do I have more of a sense of peace? Because when you get this like, it's not quite there, it's like, Could it be that this is your knowing of what you know is possible? That
I
you
just,
create?
yeah, I've learned to take my time and not worry about it.
Yeah.
Just kind of
Sure.
change it as I see I need to change it.
Yeah.
But then I'm also know that I'm learning, so that's what I want to do. I want to learn.
Yeah, painting is an amazing journey. You know, it never ends. You never end to learn more and dive deeper if you allow that, you know.
I remember when I was a kid and I was in school and took painting class. I absolutely loved watercolors
Yeah.
when I way back then. So, but I didn't want to go into watercolors. I wanted to learn oils.
Right.
Being stubborn, I guess. But it's been so long since I've even done watercolors. I don't even know if I'd remember how to do it. So,
Oh, you might be surprised.
and I thank you for inviting me to your workshop. And I got to get going too. But you said you're going to be doing this every week.
Well, I'm looking, there is a painting workshop at the end of June 26 and 27, I think. It's on my website, bettinamadini.com/workshops. And then I'm looking at right now creating like an ongoing program where we meet maybe twice a month, I think twice a month, and then you paint and we dive in deeper into the connection with the body. And so that's an ongoing program where you will pay a monthly contribution, sort of like an art class where you go to, an art school and you learn things and you paint and you study. And so over the time, then, because the connection with the body is not something that is just there, I would love for you to dive in deeper and explore it with you, because what it is for you and your body will be different than for Ulrike and her body. It's like you all are a team with your body, and you have created your bodies like in so different ways. And so, but to invite the body into the creation process is amazing. What can open up, the information that you can receive, and what you can tap into. And this is not something for like just a weekend class, which I do on June 26 and 27. We cannot dive in that deep, as the time is not there for you to process it and dive in, dream with it, and like explore what shows up for you. I would love to have this more as an ongoing regular space that you can have and use and enjoy and be with. Like what can we uncave and uncarve during that time, and what can you find out about you that you would have never thought possible, never imagined.
Okay, well, that sounds good to me.
It's like, Kathleen, what is it actually that you know about you, that you can create, that you have just touched the tip of the iceberg of? Right?
Right.
And bravo to have created a beautiful business and created all this amazing life for your entire family. So I want to say congratulations to that too. That's so awesome. And now what is possible? What windows, doors, and spaces can you open now and dive into?
Well, I mean, I heard about you before through I guess, let's say a mutual friend, Cass.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I had looked at your work before, and I had actually listened to some of your Monday inspiration.
Mm-hmm.
And then she messaged me about your painting for joy dates, and that's how we met. I started I came on. and I started painting with Bettina, and that's how it started. And I like the energy.
Nice, isn't it? Yeah.
That keeps me. I don't know. I don't want to run away. Yeah. I'll distract myself with something else that comes up, pops up. Call this person. Write this email. Or check this, and so yeah. So that's how it started.
Nice, very nice. Okay, well, thank you so much. I'm going to head out, and I'll keep in touch and appreciate it very much. And
Cool. Thank you for joining.
Thank you so much, and I appreciate it. And I now know why she loves you.
Oh, thank you so much, Kathleen. I see you soon, okay?
All right, bye-bye.
Bye. Have fun.
Thank you.
Do you have any questions, Ulrike?
No, not really. I'm just actually my energy has changed. I'm a little bit more hyper in general. That's last time too. Things are opening up, things are moving. I did sign last week. I did re-sign my lease.
Good. Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you.
Awesome.
Actually last week I thought, oh my God, I was still the day after when we painted, I was so hyper inside. Not on the outside, but inside. So I did a painting and actually just, okay, keep going like that. And I've over painted this one forever. And I did this one last week. And actually, this stuff things out. So,
wow.
Yeah, I mean, there was kind of other stuff.
Cool.
Yeah, and you know what? I mean, I left it like that. And in this area, I thought, oh wow, I connected with the earth.
Wow.
That's how it felt to me. So whatever continent that is, and everything, that was for me then after that the strong message. Made me feel really good.
Wow.
And I just thought, oh well, I'm just going to do something. And that morning I even thought, no, I don't think I can do it today.
It's a beautiful painting. I love it.
Yeah, I mean, it's really amazing what happens when you just feel like, okay, I'm just going to go for it, and whatever happens, happens.
Yes, exactly. You let go and see how beautiful they all are.
Yeah, and you said, I mean, what did you say last week? Let go of any preconceived way. And I said, okay, that's very good. Yeah.
Yes. Awesome. Exactly. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. Thank you.
But this is how this amazing Italian fiber artist came up with her creations. She let totally go of preconceived ideas, and she added fabric to canvas and like followed that joy, right? What was her name again? I wrote it down. Roberta Forlanetto.
Yeah, I had a look. The book, you can still get the book. And I also had a look at her Instagram, and she's designing very, very modern clothing now, fashion.
Cool.
Yeah, has her own company, I think.
That's so cool.
Yeah, you wouldn't even recognize her. But yeah, you go through phases, right?
Well, that's the inspiration. You see something. I had this so many times where I went on other artists' websites and I see something, and at times I even email them and I just let them know, thank you so much for your website. It changed something for me just seeing your art, right? And that's what art is, and design, and what this is where we are changing the world, and we don't know when somebody will get something out of it, but somebody will. That's so cool. Well, Ulrike, thank you so much for being here today.
Yeah, thank you. I mean, I've been with every time I think I've been there.
Oh, great. Yeah, so I will see you soon. I have more dates coming up.
Yeah, have a good week.
Thank you. You too.
More and more. Yeah, thank you.
Be prolific. Bye.